Well, for me, my life was inextricably involved with religious thought, uh, religious action, uh, the embracing of it, the relinquishing of it, the denial, the embracing again, all this over the years. And I've always been the subjects I have always that I've dealt with usually have these the foundation in religious issues, going from Mean Streets, even a Taxi Driver that Paul Schrader wrote, to Raging Bull, certainly, because it's about his behavior and about forgiving himself before he could even begin to accept God's forgiveness or lighten up on the people himself and the people around him. So every one of these themes, I should say, affected most of the pictures I made, and I always sought out stories that literally did seek out stories that would illustrate this or push me further along a line of somehow trying to comprehend it. And it led to, let's say, Raging Bull, and led to Temptation of Christ, which led to Silence, ultimately. Even and in the middle, Kundun. So for me, when you're when you're dealing with subject matter that has such a philosophical and religious impact, and you're trying to understand it, or at least trying to be immersed in it, to begin to understand it, then that keeps you going because that affects your life. It isn't like you make a film and then you live life a different way. It all comes together. So I've been very fortunate that some of the pictures I made have helped me try to sort out things in my own life. Yeah, well, Andrew Garfield I saw in this film Boy A, because I like a lot of the British films that come over, and I really liked his performance. And at that point in time, there were a list of actors and younger actors whom I hadn't seen before. I looked at their films. Many of them came in for auditions, and Andrew did too. And I must say that the audition that Andrew did, for me, was very convincing, to the point where I kept him there for about 2.5 hours, trying different lines of dialogue, trying different scenes that Jay and I had written that we were a little concerned about, whether the dialogue was strong enough or whatever. And I just believed him, and he was so convincing, and he came in at such an emotional high level that I knew that he'd be able to shape it and gradually bring it down, bring it up as he needed to be as an instrument. In a sense, he could control that. I could see it. But more importantly was that he was really willing to do it. There are a few actors over the years, because a number of times the picture started and then stopped. But there were a couple of actors over the years who just honestly said, we don't believe in this sort of thing. I'll do any other film with you, but I can't bring myself to go into this world. Well, I think with Thelma Schoonmaker, we started editing features together in 1980, Raging Bull. And it's very difficult to explain how you work together. But I've been lucky to have such a great collaborator over the years who knows what I like to do, who also has a sense of emotional connection to the material. And this is a key factor. And one of the major things we do is that she never or hardly ever visits the set or where we're shooting. She just receives the rushes raw, in a way, so that if something happened on set by accident or something unpleasant, and you could say, "Oh, I don't like that because I don't want to be reminded," and she says, "No, it's actually very good." I mean, she had no idea how that occurred. You follow? She's just dealing with the footage, and there's no bias to it. And so this is something that's really important. But the main thing is trust. The main thing is trust. She's not a person, if the studio comes in or a producer comes in and says, recut this for me, and we're releasing the picture this way against Marty's wishes, she wouldn't do it.